Hi Pilgrims, and welcome to this episode of the Pilgrim Story Hour. And on today's episode, I'd like to share with you some reflections on this whole idea of dying and being reborn during pilgrimage. Now, during my first Camino, one of the things that I learned was that the Camino is a path that is much more ancient than the more Christian one that is currently there. That long before Christianity came onto the path, it was a path that was actually walked by Celts, by pagans, by those who believed in ancient wisdoms and traditions, and by sun worshippers. And it was the sun worshippers especially that really captured my imagination. And they followed what they believed to be the path of the sun, which is the sun is being born every single day in the east, and it is setting and dying every single day in the west. And every single day of their walking was a personal reenactment of the journey of the sun, of dying a little bit every single day and being reborn every single day, so that we leave behind those things that no longer serve us, and we pick up those aspects that we feel will help us and empower us on our journeys moving forward. And the destination of these sun worshippers, as they followed this trajectory of the sun, was not Santiago de Compostela. Obviously, it was down at the ocean. It was Finisterre. It was the end of the world, where some of the traditions that they must have practiced are carried on today. Things like burning of your clothes and the burning of the things that no longer serve you, as a ritual in terms of leaving behind all those aspects that we wish to have remain on the path, and then taking a bath or going and dipping into the waters of the Atlantic in a symbolic baptism, if you will, so that you are reborn again. So this whole dynamic of dying a little bit and being born a little bit, allowing more light to shine through us, is something that for me especially was very powerful during the Camino. And most curiously, when I actually arrived in Finisterre, it was in Finisterre that I would meet Alberto, the Spanish pilgrim, who would walk to Jerusalem with me. When I was on the Camino, I had received, I guess it was inspirations, ideas to walk a pilgrimage, this pilgrimage from Rome to Jerusalem called the Way of the Soul. And I was planning on walking it alone. And when I wasn't certain, and I wasn't sure if it was the right path for me, but by the time I arrived in Finisterre, it was something that was very clear in my mind, and I was determined to go ahead and pursue it. And it was there at the end of one journey, which is the Camino, that I would meet Alberto, and the second journey would actually begin. And it was always, Finisterre remains to this day a very symbolic and a very special place for me and for Alberto because of that. It so clearly symbolized the ending of one journey and the beginning of another journey. So I hope this little story serves you in your personal journeys as you walk your Camino, leaving behind what you don't need, allowing that to die, and allowing to be born again, those aspects that will serve you in your life's journey, be it more light, be it more love, more compassion, more understanding that you can then carry forward. Thanks for tuning into this episode, and I look forward to our next story together. If you want to learn more about me, walkingforpeace.com is my website. Thanks again, and buen camino, everyone.